Good morning. So welcome to another episode. This is the thing I was talking about trying to create more time for. I'm always taking you guys all over the place, going to see, exotic locations, food stuff, things like that, slow bullet time in parks, but I hadn't really thought of doing just like a day in the life living in the humble countryside of Japan. So that's what I'm going to do today. And of course we start with breakfast. So I'm a fairly simple man, especially in the morning, and I start off with a banana, and then I got my algae, which is basically omega-3 fatty acids, which are really healthy, and you don't have to go with the fish oils because apparently they're from fish farms and it's not like really good farming practices, and nobody gets killed for the algae, and the algae is this healthy replacement. Then I do Super D, go with the vitamin D because apparently we don't get enough of that, and I've got a vitamin B12, which all of this actually comes from reading this book, The Telomere Effect, recently. My morning ritual begins with 50 crunches. I've been working hard at it now. I can do over 1,000. When I shower, I use a palm maple facial cleanse. I rinse and lather with soap and follow with a deep pore cleansing afterwards. I believe in daily health. Anybody seen American Psycho? Oh, and I of course have my gym bag packed the night before because I'm usually going to the gym. I run Monday, Friday. I go to the gym Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm gonna be heading into school here, and of course I can't record in the school for all the privacy reasons. But as soon as I get out of there, we'll continue the adventure, heading to the gym. I'm gonna be doing a bit of grocery shopping, and then there's sort of like the evening routine I have as well, and I figured it'd be interesting for people who are like, how do you not go insane living in the countryside? And it's by doing all these little things that you kind of create your own schedule. I was thinking of a funny thing that I was doing today in class. It just made me realize how you get into work and you do sort of that like daydreaming funny things. Maybe you do it at your work, but like I always imagine, laugh at me, feel free to, that sometimes the students organize their desks into groups of 4, and eventually that group work will end. And the teacher will say, return your desks back to their position. And I imagine if I'm like walking between the rows, it's as though in Indiana Jones that I have snatched the skull from whatever pedestal it was on, and them returning their desks is like the floor falling away, and I have to make it to the front of the classroom without getting hit by one of the desks, as though I need to maneuver my way out of whatever tomb it is that I've raided. I don't know, I always like that. There's an episode of DuckTales too, it always reminds me of, where they go to this golden temple and they steal this like one magnificent gold piece, but when they do, the whole temple ends up melting. Anybody who watched DuckTales, those Saturday morning cartoons, you know where I'm at, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it was funny stuff like that. But a really good day, and now it's off to the gym in a rainy mess, but it's kind of nice.
I had a dream that when I woke up you were finally there, that I believed Let all the hours turn to minutes, it's not fair. And when I turn to look at where you should have been, I started.
Actually, talking about the gym a little bit, working out, these kind of things, I'm really excited. I really do believe that there's like, if you want to progress physically, there's like the holy triumvirate. There's working out, be that, you know, resistance training or weights or whatever it is you're into. Then there's eating well, and then there's recovery. That was an awesome workout. It was really good. I just jumped into that really fast. However, I transitioned to this. It was a really good workout. I've been going for, I kind of got thrown off the horse because I got sick recently, so it took me out for like 5 days. So I haven't been following like a cohesive plan like I usually would. It's more been kind of like reminding my body that there's muscles on it that I'm using, but it was really good. My plan was to take you guys to a grocery store to kind of like show the basic, like this is a day in my life, so I'm trying to make it almost as routine as possible so you can see what it's kind of like. But I would usually now go to top up on things that I need to make dinner tonight, the very simple dinner that I make. But at the store today, not at the store, sorry, at the gym today, they were selling these. And so the greens that I would usually have to get from the supermarket now, I just bought at my gym. Yeah, it's a sweet gym selling its greens. So it's gonna save me a trip, and I'm feeling really tired. So now it's back. Back finally. It's actually, I think it's hitting around like 6:30 right now, which is pretty good because usually I would get home closer to like 7:30 because I would stay for the sauna. I really like the sauna that they have at the gym. They got the hot sauna, they got all the like natural spring saunas, and then this is something I don't think I've ever seen, although I'm sure in some places they have it in North America, but like a cold bath. And when you finish working out and you go in the hot sauna, the dry sauna, and then you get out of there and you go into the cold, you have to shower beforehand, of course, but you go in the cold, you're just like, and it's totally rejuvenating for you. It's really, really good. But that's enough of that. I said I would show you guys what I make for dinner, so that's what I'm gonna do, and then we'll talk a little bit about how I study or how I've started studying. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so here it is. I'm gonna talk you through it. Not that there's much to talk through, which will show the experience of my dinner. So basically, you're gonna add a little olive oil into the pan. That's all you need to do. By the time that is heated, I will have chopped all the chicken and then I dump all the chicken in. That's really simple. Everything I've done is basically to streamline time. As soon as the chicken's in, then I'm gonna start to work on cleaning the vegetables. So I basically, whatever greens I'm gonna toss in, I start cleaning them. Midway through the process of cleaning them, then I'm gonna toss in all the other spices that I have. Like I was saying, I've got the ginger, I got the roast garlic, I got the paprika or whatever, chili pepper. You want to salt it, of course, and get in my other spices like basil or whatever else that I got there. Those spices go in. Then as soon as I'm done cleaning the vegetables, I should have the chicken ready at that point, tossed over a few times that I can toss in the vegetables on top. And then it's another probably, I don't know, something like 2 or 3 minutes away from it being done, and it's super healthy. I finish it and I feel good about eating it. I've like gone and looked up all the health benefits and properties of all the like spices that I put into it. It makes you feel pretty good. And then once that's all done, if I'm still feeling hungry, I'll like grab a banana, or if I've gotten like a box of protein bars, I'll have something like that, which is a good way to go. I've already eaten the natto with the power of editing, because that means that I don't start to panic as I eat and I don't know, want to snack on something else, and the natto is really, really healthy. That was an acquired taste, but I've gotten used to it, and it's really good. To me now it tastes like bacon and beans. There's like a real savory quality to it because of like the soy sauce or the fish sauce that you eat it with, so it's good. And yeah, voila. I was thinking about this a little bit more. I'm just gonna get a little taste of this. What I've learned, can I get a little lower? Yeah. What I've learned about studying is that you're oftentimes piling through a ton of information, sometimes repeatedly, and some things you're remembering very easily, and some things you never remember at all. And so a really, really practical thing to fix this would be if you were to make flashcards. But as you probably well know, especially when you're dealing with something like kanji, where there's like 2,000 kanji to learn, vocabulary is never ending, that if you were to physically make every single flashcard, then you'd be in for a world of hurt, let alone adding that workload on top of all of the study that you're doing anyways. And so what I discovered recently, and what I was shown, I should say, what I discovered through being shown from the kindness of others, was there's a couple of different sites that have this, but what I found is called Anki Web. And Anki Web is basically a virtual flashcard system. And the beauty of this is that there's an algorithm, it's called like SRS, where it's based on repeating, it's like a type of review where you do flashcard review, but if you remember this card well enough, then it's not reviewed again until the last moment that this algorithm predicts that you'd be able to hold on to that information. So at the last moment when you're about to forget it, it'll bring it up as something that you need to review. Now, in addition to this, the kind of like the magic of this system that I'm now using, which maybe as I say I'll make a separate video for, is that you can make all your own cards if you want to, and that's all streamlined because you have the system allowing you to do that. So you're like typing stuff in, it's not all hand drawn out, so that makes it efficient. But then the real kicker is that there's this massive community of people who are all making their decks and sharing them, decks being decks of flashcards. And so for me, who's looking at doing the JLPT4 as of July, I've already gone on there and I found like the definitive JLPT4 vocabulary test. Now, of course, you could do anything you want. You could do it for grammar, you could do it for vocabulary, you could do it for kanji, you can do it for whatever you want. And there's this great community. So this is the big revelation that I've had in terms of studying for Japanese, and it's what, I mean, also consistency is the most important thing alongside all this to do it frequently, but that's what I've discovered in my process of learning to learn. But there you go, that's it. So, let's get more personal. So, thank you for coming with me today. That is the day in the life of an assistant language teacher as I exist now. I enjoy it. It's really cool having like this life in the countryside is really, really chill. I get to do all the things I want to do, and it lets me evolve, it lets me work on YouTube, and yeah. So maybe talk about that in the comments. Would you want to live in the countryside like I do? Would you want to live in the city? Let's have that conversation down below there. As always, if anybody has any questions, you know, to email me, and I'm going to be answering those in Couch Therapy, which is sort of like the new, I don't know if you call it like my teaching playlist, but it's the teaching playlist there. It has now become that. So get a hold of me. I was talking about, although it'll already be talked about by the time that this comes out, it's going to be really exciting now that I'm actually going to go ahead and build this site to allow people access if they should be interested in the photography that I'm doing. That's really, really cool. Follow me on all the social media. I'm sure I've flashed down here a million times. Please do like, subscribe, follow the great and holy chant of YouTube, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.